Let's go.
Let's rock.
Jimmy Juice Podcast, man.
Let's go, let's go.
Figgy Fig, best in the world, that's what he do, know what I'm talking about. Ryan Rock, born and raised in the H-Town, Houston, Texas. Know what I'm saying? Let's go.
Let's go, in the jacuzzi, smoking threats, I got my feet up, cut them haters off, I told them beat it, I don't need you, spend 50 racks in cash, but it's all good, I got my visa, this rolling got them staring at me like the Mona Lisa, my ghetto, Nikeisha, I beat it like a creature, she always like my sneakers, these Jordan 5 pink aces, let's go, I'm knocking them down, baby, back in the row, he really the one, but they already know, so none of my chains go put on the show,
Giving out gins, sipping my juice. Counting the beans, addicted to ends. Need to back in on whatever I do. We get it in on the daily. I get it rocking like this with the 80. We really 10-toe down on the pave. What's up? We about to see what they saying.
Rockin' gym, vippin' juice. Rockin' gym, vippin' juice. Rockin' gym, vippin' juice. Rockin' gym, vippin' juice. Let's go. Gym, vippin' juice. Rockin' gym, vippin' juice. Rockin' gym, vippin' juice. Rockin' gym, vippin' juice. Go, let's go.
What do you have to say to everyone if we still consider the Astros cheaters?
I can't hear the drops, man. You muted. I don't hear them. I think you're muted, Figgy. I can't hear you, bro.
Here we go. There we go.
Oh, yeah. I caught a plane out to Cleveland late last evening.
Y'all hear me out there?
Yeah.
Where the bitches at? It's supposed to be the titties. Where the fucking titties and the bitches?
I got to premiere a new drop that I made. I've been meaning to get this drop for a long time.
Uh-oh.
And I think today is the perfect day for it. Here we go, right here.
Look at my African American over here. Look at him. look at my African American over here. Look at him.
I forgot all about that, man. I forgot all about that. I remember the memes when he first said that, and it would always cut to somebody. Like I remember it cut to Kanye dancing with a mask on at one point, and all this crazy shit.
Look at my African American over here. Look at him.
Look at my African American over here. Damn.
I don't know why that was so funny to me, man.
Now, Trump is just like naturally, I don't know what it is about him. It's like I don't want him as president in general, but something about like he just is naturally a funny guy. Like shit he says off the cuff is funnier than what comedians be fucking writing for months and months jokes to try to make people laugh. He just says shit, some off the cuff shit that's hilarious, man. Like there's really nobody like him.
American over here. Look at him.
Should have witnessed stand up, man. Didn't have to be. Sucks that he went into politics, but what can you do? Anyway, we are back, people. What's going on, everybody? Jims and Juice, Figgy Fig, Ryan Rocket, back at it. Last week, Figgy Fig had some prior commitments, and also, I mean, honestly, it wasn't a whole lot going down last week, man. You know, we go ahead and let things build up for a bigger podcast that we got today. We got a lot of shit to talk about, man. A lot of stuff to break down. A lot of stuff going on in sports and hip hop and R&B and pop culture and whatever the fuck.
Hey, before we get to everything, I've been meaning to do this for a long time, but everybody, please subscribe to the YouTube, man.
Yes,
yes, please subscribe. I know I see it's a lot of people watching from my Twitter account and all that, but please just go over to YouTube. You can watch us on YouTube, pull us up on the big screen and all that. Subscribe to the YouTube channel, man. Please, that will help us out a lot.
Yes. Jims and Juice podcast on YouTube. Please subscribe. We ain't asking for much, man. We ain't asking for money. Just subscribe to the podcast, please. That's all you got to do. We're trying to get ourselves in the algorithm. The link is
Can I
mean,
put it right here? Let me see.
maybe. I don't know if people would see it. Can you put it on the ticker thing?
Yeah. Hold on. I think it's choose. Trying to make sure.
But I mean, will people actually? I don't know. Just look up Jim the Juice podcast on YouTube, because if you put the link, nobody can click it. So it really makes no. If somebody gonna sit there and type all the words, characters, and whatever. So just go look up Jim's and Juice podcast on YouTube. Oh, there you go. Got the guy in the comments. All right. So, yes, please go ahead and it's youtube.com/@JimsandJuice. Oh, Lamont found it. What's up, Lamont? Hope you're doing well. Appreciate that. And yeah, just go ahead and subscribe if you can. If you listen to this later on whatever app you're using, I know I checked the SoundCloud stats for the podcast listeners. We get a good little number of people checking the podcast. Just make sure and subscribe to the YouTube if you can. We'd appreciate that. All we're asking for, people. Anyway, back to the shit. We can start off, I guess, by talking about a game which started off as one of the worst I had ever seen while doing Texans games on the radio, turned into an instant classic over the period of like an hour. Texans' dramatic comeback against the Jacksonville Jaguars looked like they were dead in the water. 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter, come back to miraculously win it, down 19, I believe, in the fourth. Somehow came back and won that game. What's up, Captain Fireball? Appreciate that, man.
Marty, that's my guy, Marty.
What's up, Marty? So yeah, first off, Figgy, I'm gonna ask you, because you are Mr. Texans. You were there at the game, right?
I actually wasn't there because I actually had something to do, so I couldn't make it to the game, and then I had to work a event for our country station, so I couldn't make it to the game. But I was definitely watching it though.
I was gonna ask, if you were there, did you leave like a fake ass fan, or did you stay like a real one? But
so look, I said, I mentioned this earlier this week, man. It's tough to be that. Whoa, you the one, you left early. You ain't stayed. Man, that team was playing so damn bad. I wouldn't have blamed anybody for leaving early, man. It was a whole bunch of people that was trying to get you with the kind of the gotcha moment, and I'm like, man, dog, I can't blame people if they left at halftime. The way that team was looking, it looked like it was over. Especially going into the third quarter, I thought it was a wrap, man. And then when they got that next touchdown, I'm like, okay, here come Davis Mills with the garbage time stats. And now you about to be looking at his stats like, oh, he wasn't that bad after all. But yeah, I wouldn't have blamed nobody if they left. I probably would have stayed for the game pretty much, but I wouldn't have been. I can't be mad at people if they left that game or even turned the game on. It was some people that cut the game off because they thought it was over. And one thing about me, man, especially if I'm at home, if they getting their ass whooped and the game is clearly over, I'm not sitting there watching the whole game till the clock say 0. I'm watching something else. I'm out. I'm a real fan, but I ain't that real of a fan where I sit there and just watch an ass whooping. If it's that bad, I'm changing the channel, man.
No, I feel you, man. I like to poke and joke with people saying they're not a real fan if they left early, but I don't blame anybody if Lamont said he went to sleep in the second quarter. He was out quick. Damn, he didn't make it to halftime? That's funny. Marty said, of course, Figgy would have stayed. He's a Browns fan and used to that. Oh, fair enough.
The thing is, being a Browns fan, ain't nobody sticking around for these ass whoopers, man. They damn sure ain't about to make a comeback. So at the end of that third quarter, when it was 29-10 or something like that, I'm like, yep, I'm out. And I ain't gonna lie to you, I kept flipping back to red zone. Every time I see something, I'm like, man, I'm watching red zone. And then I flip back to the Texans, like, let me see what they doing just to make sure the body dead. And then I'm like, nah, they about to lose. I just kept flipping back and forth. And then I was getting ready to go at the time. And that's when it got real close, where I'm standing up with the remote in my hand, waiting for the final nail in the coffin, where somebody throw an interception or something like that, where I could just cut the TV off to confirm it was over. And I sat there for a long time just with the remote in my hand, like, oh shit, it's getting interesting now. And even when they scored, took the lead, didn't get the 2-point conversion, but took the lead, I was still sitting there thinking, like, man, the Jazz about to come back and kick a field goal, and it's about to be a waste of a game. And when the Jazz started looking like the Jags, I'm like, oh, they about to lose this game. And so that's when I was like, oh man, this is crazy. This is the Jags spitting up all over themselves, man.
Yeah, it was really a trip to watch. It was a trip to work. You rarely get games like this in the NFL, man. Wild ass comebacks like this. I mean, it's probably more common in fucking college football or some shit, but in the professional leagues, you don't get a whole lot of dramatic finishes like this. But it is fun when it happens. I, for one, thought they were dead in the water. Lamont says, with how anemic this offense is, once the Texans get down by 2 scores, I tap out red zone time. Yeah, I don't blame you, man. It's like their struggles in the red zone, which suddenly they could score in the red zone this game. It's just their struggle to get any kind of touchdown on the board, relying so much on Kaimi, who was out this game, and he'll be out next game too. They fucking blew his leg to smithereens, all the fucking field goals he had to kick in that last game he played. So, yeah, man, it's rough. The offense just they're not meeting. We have one of probably the best defense in the league right now, and it really sucks that the offense can't at least half match that. But they did good last game, so I can't dog them. Lamont says nothing about that game resembles the city of Houston. No starting quarterback. I think you meant no field goal kicker. Injuries all over the field. I thought we were going to lose in fantastic fashion. Yeah. I can't blame you for thinking that, man. It's funny because on the radio, doing the broadcast, Mark will of course keep hope alive on the broadcast. He's not going to say the game is over, and Andre won't either. They will act like there's always a chance, but they were actually right this time. There was a chance. They're like, oh, it's getting interesting. It's getting interesting. I'm like, okay, they're going to build us back up and then let us down again. But no, they actually finished it. They finished the job. Defense, amazing takeaway with that last play. I thought the Jaguars were going to kick a midfield field goal and win the game, but yeah, it didn't happen, thankfully. So we have a Texans classic, one that will go down in history books until we win, something significant in the postseason.
I was going to say too, I mean, that's going to be in the record books. I think it's the second biggest comeback in history of the franchise, but that game ain't gonna mean a damn thing if they don't even make it to the playoffs, man. Because it'd be one thing if that game that kind of kept the playoff hope alive, and then they kind of go on this run and they squeak it to the playoffs thing. I agree, we gonna be always going back to that game, but outside of the obvious that this was the second biggest comeback in franchise history, I feel like even that game kind of gonna be a waste. Especially if they don't really get anywhere this year.
See, man, I have a different view. I don't think it's an accomplishment to get in the playoffs and lose in the first or second round. I don't think that you don't get a fucking trophy for that. You don't get anything for that. You just got to the playoffs that year, but you lost and it really didn't matter. to me, unless you make the conference championship, any playoff run less than that makes no difference to me. Like this game is still special, even if they don't get the playoffs to me, because I don't think it becomes better suddenly if they get the wild card game, then lose the wild card game. To me, that's the same as missing the playoffs, basically. So I kind of disagree there. I think the game is special no matter what, because look, as Texans fans, we don't have a whole lot of classic games to reference at this point, man. We just got to take the regular season ones at this point. But like it was still a classic comeback with Davis Mills. You really thought they were dead in the water. You thought there was no way in hell. And they showed that they were dogs, man. They showed that they still believed, even if the fans and everybody else thought it was fucking over. So, yeah, salute to them, man. They did the damn thing. Can't hate on them.
Yeah.
We'll see how the rest of the season shakes out, but it was a fun game.
Yeah.
Lamont has a question. He says, let me ask you this. In terms of backup quarterbacks, which backup performance will be most remembered? TJ Yates' first playoff game or Davis Mills' comeback? I mean, it has to be TJ Yates because he's in playoffs. It has to be that.
What was his numbers in the playoffs like that?
I forgot that game, man. That was, what year was that?
Yeah, it said TJ Yates led the Texans to their first ever playoff win. Was that was the JJ Watt game? I ain't realized TJ Yates was starting that game.
Yeah, I forgot all about that, man. I think I'm pretty sure I worked that game too.
It's funny because we all know that as the JJ Watt, the pick six, right? I think that was that was the game, the pick six. Okay, he was 11. I'll give him that win. We usually get quarterbacks to win if they, if they do get the win, the team get the win. He was 11-20 for 159 and the touchdown.
Yeah, and I don't want to knock. I don't want to knock what Davis Mills and the Texans did, but this is they played a franchise that the Texans have owned for the last like 15 years or so. Like their record, the Jaguars' record against the Texans is horrible. This is literally the team is our bitch, man. Like, so beating the Jaguars is not going to be like the top 5 Texans game of all time, because it's Jaguars, man. If this was a Chiefs or a team historically known for being good, if it was the Ravens, with Lamar Jackson and a fully healthy Ravens team, and we did that, instantly top 3 game of all time for the Texans. But since it was a Jaguars, it's like, honestly, it was fun, but it doesn't mean a whole lot because it was a Jaguars.
I would probably still keep that TJ Yates game, even though, I mean, his numbers wasn't all sexy, but a playoff game and I think the Bengals was actually good that year. But a playoff game, the Texans' first playoff game, and you the backup quarterback. So yeah, I got to give him that credit. I know JJ get all the credit for that game, but I give him that credit.
Yeah. I don't think I don't know. We'll see how the Davis Mills game is remembered. But it was just very fun to watch, man. I'll leave it at that. I'm not going to put it in an all-time ranking.
You think he gonna cause a lot of quarterback controversy if he have another good game?
Only if CJ comes back and looks terrible. That's the only way I can see it. Look, I think who they playing, the Titans?
Yeah.
I don't know how Davis Mills is gonna look, man. I just don't know, because he looked like one of the worst quarterbacks in the first quarter. Then he looked like he was prime Tom Brady, standing in the pocket, delivering that shit in the red zone. So I don't know, man. We'll see.
Yeah.
But the only way I see a quarterback controversy is if CJ comes back in his first game and he, can't score a touchdown and can't drive down the field. But we'll see.
Yeah. I know we already seen some of the text messages and all that shit online talking about, like if he have another game. To me, I've been there, done that with Davis Mills, man.
We all have.
Yeah, they gave him the keys to the car in the second year, man. I'm just not with the whole, he had a good game. So maybe we got something here. They would have known. They would have known if it was something there. They gave him a year. It wasn't there, and I know this might be a different offense and all that stuff, but I'm just not. I'm out of the Davis Mills business, man. I look at him as a backup. If let's say C.J. Stroud missed the next 2 or 3 games, and Davis Mills, maybe they don't win all the games, but he have some good games. That's still not gonna make me pull the trigger and roll with Davis Mills over C.J. Stroud, or at least not right now, man. Davis Mills been too inconsistent for me. He'll have a good game here and there, and then have some awful games. So I'm kind of out of that business.
Yeah, we've seen it, man. Davis Mills had his chance, and I'm not entertaining any serious debate about keeping him in over CJ Stroud. So yeah, as soon as CJ is cleared and healthy, he's in. I'm not gonna even bother arguing for Davis Mills. Lamont says if CJ comes back and sucks in the red zone, it will be a discussion, and I'm not sure it's the discussion. It will be between CJ versus Davis. It will be CJ versus go get another quarterback. We gotta see.
I'd rather roll with that discussion over CJ versus Davis Mills, but even that one, I think I feel like the Texans are in that Jaguars situation where who you gonna get. Who you gonna get, and you're gonna be forced to pay CJ Stroud, and you just gonna have to make it work, man. If it's not working for him, you're gonna have to find a coordinator that can make it work. So I think they kind of in that tricky situation. I don't think they're gonna bail out on CJ Stroud that quick, but they're in a tricky situation where you're gonna have to pay him, and you just gonna have to make it work.
And context also matters here, man, because Davis Mills is going against the Tennessee Titans, who are 1-8 and probably the worst team in the league right now. When CJ comes back, he'll go against the Buffalo Bills on a short week in Thursday. Yeah. So let's say Davis Mills looks good and CJ looks shitty. It's because they play polar opposite teams, man. The Bills are actually a good team. The Tennessee Titans suck. So even if Davis Mills looks like Joe Montana and CJ comes and he struggles, I'm still not having that because the quality of team they're facing is drastically different. So I'm not. We'll have to wait till the end of the season and see how CJ plays going forward throughout these games. But after the next couple of games, I'm not entertaining any discussion about that, no matter what happens, because the Titans, I'm not taking them seriously, man. Lamont says CJ went against the Titans and didn't do shit until the fourth quarter. It was 6-0 going into the fourth quarter at home. Yeah, but look how Davis Mills started that against the Jaguars too, man. So is it CJ or is it the offense? Is the offensive line? Look, I'm not super sold on CJ, but I'm just willing to give him a little more time to evaluate.
Yeah, I think right now it's some valid excuses on why CJ isn't as good right now, or at least compared to his rookie year. You can kind of point at the offensive coordinator, the offense overall, the offensive line. So I think it's a lot more things you can kind of point at. Versus somebody like Trevor Lawrence, who they tried to surround with a bunch of weapons, and they done got 2 different offensive coaches for him, and it's still not really panning out. So I think now that's where everybody is looking at Trevor Lawrence like, he might look a little funny in the light. Now I think it's still a little too early for CJ Stroud, just because the Texans ain't doing what they supposed to be doing by making sure he's protected and all that stuff. So I wouldn't go that far just yet.
Yeah, I think what the questions will be after the season. The questions will be when it is time to pay CJ. Are we going to want to do it? Are we going to feel good about it when it's done? After his rookie year, we said, hell, no matter what the number is, get it done. Now, are you willing to make him the highest paid quarterback in the league based off of the last couple of seasons? I don't know, man. We gotta let it ride out and see.
Yeah.
Lamont says, what we all agree on is Davis Mills is not the answer. Yes, I think everybody agrees with that. Some people I think are trolling when they actually try to have this debate, but I don't think any serious Texans fan wants to see Davis Mills start for their franchise, man. I think people are just trolling.
I was gonna say, why you calling out Kendrick Perkins like that, man?
Wait, did he say that?
He did. He was on that the podcast with Lil Kiki, that Legend Talk.
Oh no.
And he mentioned he was kind of because he been kind of critical of CJ Stroud, saying he ain't it. And obviously after this last win, he was just like, Davis Mills is the guy. Pretty much CJ ain't.
You know, it's funny because all the NBA people who complained about the dumbass takes and the hot takes and all this shit surrounding basketball, when they have to talk about something other than basketball, they sound like those same people they criticize. Because Draymond Green did the same shit too. He called Dak Prescott a bum.
Yeah.
Just straight up a bum. And I'm like, wait a minute. Isn't this the kind of shit y'all was mad about? Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith and all them, the type of things they would call players and the names they would come up with and the basic ass commentary, not breaking down why they're bad, just saying they suck. Now y'all, the supposed new media of educated athletes going to come on and do the same shit about a sport you don't really follow that much.
Yeah.
Very fun.
And the funny thing is, he called him a bum over something. It was something silly. It wasn't like I forgot what it was. It was something like, oh, he a bum because he don't got him because his team is under 500. It was something weird. Where you just like, what? Like that don't even make sense. Like you know this more than anything. This is a team game, man. So to call him a bum over something weird like that is crazy.
It almost felt like it was personal, man. I almost felt like they had a few run-ins and something happened, because it's just a weird thing for an athlete to call somebody a straight up bum.
Yeah.
You know, especially when you still playing in your sport. You get on your podcast was supposed to be about uplifting and analyzing the game and call someone a straight up bum.
Yeah. Okay. So he called him a bum because of his lack of playoff success.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
Yeah. It's just like, man, like, unless Dak Prescott, I don't think, to be fair, I don't think he been having great playoff games or anything. But come on, man. You like, so if that's the case, if you want to take it to NBA, Dame Lillard is a bum.
Yep.
Like it's a bunch of Carmelo Anthony is a bum.
Yep.
So like, come on, man. He doing the same stuff they complain about. But as far as Kendrick Perkins, man, I said it earlier. Kendrick Perkins his takes are really barbershop takes, man. Like literally barbershop takes. That that barber that don't cut anybody hair, just be thinking they know everything and be saying some wild shit. He said something today. I want to say, or yesterday, he was talking about Jokic, who went off for 55. He pretty much said, "Oh, I grew up a Rockets fan, Clutch City, and all this other stuff. Watch all the Hakeem games, but Jokic make Hakeem games look like regular games." And it's just like, come on, man. He's literally that dude in the barbershop in the last chair that's just saying some of the worst takes ever, man.
Yeah, man. It's obvious he's just there to drive clicks and say ignorant shit. I was really shocked that Kendrick Perkins even got a job at ESPN. Because I'm like, I remember his career, and he had to be the most forgettable player to ever play in the NBA, man. He's only known because he played with former MVPs and a great team in the Thunder at that point. But
yeah, he played with them. I think I know he's
too, right?
Boston, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I want to say he won in Boston. He was okay in Boston, and honestly, I think he had a really good high school career, but he got work when he went up against I guess this little Texas basketball high school basketball segment, but he got work when he played against old Chris Bosh. I think they might have made it to the state championship or something like that, but he got work playing against Chris Bosh. And you know, Chris Bosh is that skinny nigga or a slim nigga that can move and all that shit. He got work by him.
Yeah, I do remember also he was trying to act like he was the leader in that OKC locker room, and Kevin Durant was just on Twitter laughing at him.
Yeah.
It's like, come on, man. What you average again? What kind of leader was you on a fucking team with Russell Westbrook, James Harden, and Kevin Durant? You was a leader? All right, man, you got it. But so yeah, that about does it for sports, I think. Game coming up next on Sunday, of course. We got the Texans and Titans, I believe. And yeah, hopefully it's look, I just hope it is somewhat high scoring and exciting. We'll see. Yeah. So other things going on this week. The Wavy won after about 20 years in jail. Lamont said the Rockets won last night. What's the Rockets schedule or the Rockets?
I think they like 7-4 or
7-3, right? Wait, 7-3 right now. I believe they beat the Wizards a couple days ago. Damn, Wizards are 1-11, man. The Wizards have stuck my entire life, man. Have the Wizards ever been good? That 1 year, those few years when they had Gilbert Arenas, yeah. But yeah, okay. The Rockets are doing well, man. I haven't been keeping up too much.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. They did win that same night as the Texans. That comeback win. Yep. They played.
Who did they play against?
Milwaukee.
Oh, okay. Nice.
I think it was Milwaukee. That. Yeah.
I'll take that. Take that.
Yeah.
All right. Other things. We got to talk about the Wavy one being free. Max B, after like 20 years almost in prison. I think he went to jail in like 2006. And he just got out now after a lot of pump faking. I remember a lot of rumors. Oh, Max B coming home this year. Max B coming home this year. And then he didn't. Man. He finally came home, man. He's finally free. Max B, who is most known for, I think, his collaborations with Dipset. He was with that crew. A lot of mixtapes, a lot of classic mixtapes. Yeah. And so he was kind of a dude who was ahead of his time. I know Wiz Khalifa cites him as a huge influence on him and basically as a reason why he raps the way he does. A lot of people, you know, he's another guy, kind of like a Lil B-ish type of dude who, when he first came out, people thought he was weird as hell. His hooks were stupid and all that weird singing was weird. Yeah,
that's what it was. I think a lot of people found that the whole gangster singing type deal.
Yeah.
And that was ahead of his time, though, man.
It was. I do admit some of that stuff I hated then and I still hate, like that Pentatel and the donkey hook. I hate that fucking song, man. I try to Pentatel the donkey. Yeah. Oh, what the fuck was that, man? I couldn't stand it. I'll admit I was never a huge Max B fan. I like a few of the songs, but I know Figure, you are more into Dipset than me, so you're probably more familiar. How do you feel about Max B, the Wavy one, the Silver Surfer, finally being free?
I'm happy, man. I was a big Max B fan, even outside of Dipset. Like I don't know. He just some of the weirdest shit he used to do. He used to make it fly. Like this dude used to rap over what's that Beyonce? It was a Beyonce Ninth Wonder song, or Destiny Child Ninth Wonder song. I forgot the
Me,
name.
Myself, and I.
Not Me, Myself, and I. I don't think that was Ninth Wonder.
Ninth Wonder,
but not the song Girls. But it was another song because I think Ninth Wonder produced two songs for him, and yeah, he rapped over that, man. I'm like, it made me look at the Destiny Child song even different. But yeah, I don't know. I just enjoyed his shit, and honestly, I felt like him and Jim Jones together. I felt like that was probably some of the best Jim Jones work at that time. I know Jim Jones probably rapping better now, but during that time, I felt like that was some of the best Jim Jones songs is when he was with Max B. And allegedly, Max B wrote the song or came up with the hook for Ballin'.
Okay,
But,
I can see it.
Yeah, didn't get of course he didn't get the credit and all that stuff. They ended up falling out. But yeah, no, he was in there for 17 years, man. That's a long. I don't think I ever knew a rapper like that that I saw go to jail, do all of that time like that, and come out and still and kind of be the trending topic, pretty much, the flavor of the week. So I'm interested to see what he gonna do, what his music gonna sound like, who he gonna work with, and yeah, it's just it's crazy. I found it real cool too. The same day he got out, he was on the sidelines at the Jets game.
Yeah,
and ended up running into Method Man, who was taking pictures for the NFL. So he was all in the pretty much in the NFL gear, in the little sideline gear, taking pictures. And so they kind of linked up. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. Two dudes who started in hip hop, and now y'all both at the Jets game on some fly shit. But no, I'm really interested to see who y'all gonna work with and all that stuff. And quite frankly, I'm surprised he getting this much love, because I ain't think everybody knew who he was like that. I thought it was just a New York thing, but it seemed like it's all over, where you got a lot of random people like, yeah, Max B, but you also got some people that didn't know who the fuck he was.
Yeah, I did see some people act like you were uncultured if you didn't know who Max B was. And I'm like, all right, you must be from New York if you think that way, because this motherfucker really didn't have any songs on nationwide radio. There's really no way for people who aren't tapped in like that to really know who he was, man. He was big in the mixtapes. I don't even know if he had albums out. I know he had a lot of mixtapes, but he was not that dude who, you really knew about unless you really tapped in to the hip hop scene. So,
and then when you think about he been gone for so long, just think about this. He was on like, we all know Max B for being on the DVDs and all that shit with the poor quality. So now this motherfucker is on 4K. We never saw Max B in 4K ever. And now we see this motherfucker in 4K, crystal clear. That's crazy, man. But I think his biggest song was the song with Jim Jones, The Baby Girl.
Mm-hmm.
The Baby Girl, you trying to get down with the Dipset? He was on that song, but he didn't have a lot of popular songs that I could just point to and say, hey, you know that song. Like, a lot of people didn't really know that song unless you were a Dipset fan. If you was a Dipset fan, then it'd be crazy if you didn't know who Max B was, because he was on a lot of Dipset songs. But nah, it's not the end of the world if you didn't know who he was, man. I hate that people do that shit.
Yeah, no, 100%, man. I'm guessing him and Jim Jones still got beef. I haven't heard Jim Jones have a response yet. But are they still falling out?
He pretty much said he ain't squashing no beef, or he ain't, And Jim Jones been getting crushed over this too. It seems like everything he do, he get crushed over, man. I even seen a post pretty much saying Jim Jones, because they showed the video. By the way, Jim Jones got a podcast. Who would have thought he would get a podcast? But he was on his podcast. I guess Mano asked him about if he would squash the beef, and he said, nah, I ain't squashing, pretty much in a cool, swaggy way. He pretty much saying he ain't linking up with Max B and all that, or squashing nothing, settling differences, all that shit. But somebody posted and said, Jim Jones, 49 years old, refuses to squash beef with Max B or something like that. I was just like, man, people, I don't know. He just kind of coming off as a little corny now.
Yeah, I hate that people gassed him up like he's the only old head young nigga out there or something. Like they tried to pump him up like, oh, he's as cool as one of the young niggas out here. He's like the youngest old guy ever. That really went to his head, man, because he really be acting like that, a child at a lot of times. This man almost 50 years old. And he acting like a child over a lot of this shit, man. No maturity at all, it seems like.
Yeah.
So yeah, Jim Jones is the oldest teenager. Yeah, basically, man. He acts like it. Which is pretty embarrassing.
Yeah, so he's pretty much the what's the white dude that used to do all the New Year's Eve shit? They used to call him the oldest teenager or some shit. He died, but what was his name? He used to always
Bill. What's his name? Fuck.
I gotta find it.
I looked up New Year guy, and it's nothing fucking. I forgot that guy's name now, man.
His name Dick Clark.
Dick Clark, that's right. Dick Clark rocking New Year's Eve. That's right.
Yeah, so he the black Dick Clark.
Yeah. What's up, David Brothers? Good to see you, man. I gotta call this out too. Lamont said Max B and Zero with that singing shit. Okay, don't put Zero in that. All right. Zero can actually, I'm not gonna say he's a good singer, but it sounded a lot better than that auto-tune bullshit Max B was on, man. Zero could actually carry a tune. And Zero is actually inspired by Pharaoh from Street Military, who also did that kind of fast rapping and singing too, and harmonizing. And so that's where he got a lot of this style from. And he admits this. But I would not put Zero up there with Max B, man.
I think the thing with Max B too, the way he used to sing, he was kind of like mush mouth a little bit, where like a lot of mumbling. What the people would be looking good, and like you really, he don't really pronunciate as much. So it was just kind of him mumbling a little bit. And so it was just like, all right, man. And that was at a time, this is New York too. That was at a time nobody was doing that shit, man. It wasn't like he was harmonizing like Nelly or singing like Nelly or anything. It was just like on some street gangster shit. It's just like, wait, what? It just caught a lot of people off guard a little bit. And then you ain't know if he was an R&B singer. Like, was he considered an R&B singer or a rapper? It wasn't no hybrid like what Drake is doing or anything. You had no idea what to place him in, and that's to show you how early on it was.
Yeah. It also kind of crushed me when I found out that Zero basically took a lot of his hooks from old R&B songs, because a lot of the stuff I hadn't heard before, but years went on and I've heard the original songs. I'm like, man, Zero just took this shit. I thought he was coming up with these clever hooks and harmonies on his own, but nah. He just put some gangster shit in on some Tony Tone hook or something and put it on a song.
Yeah.
Lamont says Max B got in the algorithm after Locks destroyed Dipset, and the Locks shouted out Max B and Jim Jones tried to reply. I don't remember that happening. I forgot all about that.
Yeah, I ain't remember that either. Yeah, but you know the story between him and well, I don't think I guess the story, I'm not sure what the story is as far as like their beef. I kind of know what happened a little bit, but I
heard that Max B smashed Jim Jones's either girlfriend or wife or something, his girl.
The current girl he's with now.
Yeah.
But I think it started though because when Max B got locked up and trying to get bailed out and all that shit, Jim Jones, he pretty much signed his publishing over to Jim Jones. And I forgot, long story less long, they fell out over that. And then that's when you got the Max B songs, She Touched It in Miami.
Yeah.
And all that shit, which I think is hilarious.
Try to put her in a fanny. That song is so stupid, man. Over that Alchemist beat too. Like, what the fuck is wrong with him, man?
Yeah. So yeah, So I mean, if that's true, I don't understand why Jim Jones is currently still with the girl, by the way. And if that's true, I don't see that. We don't need that beef to get squashed. I totally understand if that beef can never get squashed.
Yeah, that seems like a silly thing to get mad at as a grown man. Like, you know who you married her, you know who you got with, you know who she been with, you know how you met her. Like, you gonna have beef with a dude because he smashed your girl. Like, number one, why would you even date somebody that you know smashed somebody that was close to you and still stay with them throughout? I don't know. That's on him. But kind of silly thing to get mad at, man. Y'all was both hoes, all right? I'm sure y'all done wiped your history clean and are trying to start anew. But who cares about the past, man? That was a long time ago. Lamont says, I've been fucking with Zero since Gorilla Mob. Dude was mad depressing. My dog left me. My mama died. I let that slide once he came out with that singing style. I couldn't listen anymore. Man, nah, I got to call you out there, though, man. Zero got some classics. Zero, look, I will admit the quality has gone down in recent years, but what was that album called? That, I got to look it up. Zero Against the World was hard. That one he had a few, like 2001 was my favorite. I gotta look it up. The Life of Joseph W. McVeigh. Yeah, that was my favorite Zero album. That's the one that had I Hate You Bitch on it. And but that album that just a lot of classic songs, man. Of course, I think his prime was when he was with Trey and they were making classic songs, but yeah, like he does have a lot of depressing songs, but he also has some uplifting ones too, man. It's not all depressing shit. And he has some hard gangster shit too. So I can't put him in that box. I can't say he's not like Rod Wave, okay? He's more diverse than that. But I get it. The singing shit ain't for everybody, man. So I get what you're going from.
He walks so Rod Wave can run.
Basically. So yeah, I can't put him in that box though. In other news, Outkast was inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame this past week. I have some thoughts on this, but first off, I'll start by saying it was a great accomplishment. I'm glad they both showed up. I'm glad everybody from Dungeon Family kind of showed up who was still around. It was great to see them at the acceptance speech, shout out all the people that helped them throughout the way. Now I've gone on to say I didn't really care for rappers in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. I thought it was kind of cheesy, especially when a lot of rock and roll people and R&B people have not been in there or inducted yet. To put rappers like Jay-Z and shit in there, it kind of felt a little silly to me, but now I'm over it. I'm like, whatever. So, and Outkast, I feel with their experimental style, I like them being in it better than certain other people, like Notorious B.I.G. I don't know about him being in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, but Outkast had elements of rock and, Afro funk and whatever you want to call it. So I'm actually feel better about them being in it. I think they have rock and roll elements that would fit in there. So I have no problem.
Hey, they should be in it just off the strength of making Bombs Over Baghdad, man.
Yep.
That song came on not that long ago. I'm like, man, it sounds like this shit aged so well too. I'm like, it sounds like this shit could have came out today. And that shit dropped in the 2000s? Or was it 2000s or late 90s? I'm like, damn, man, that shit was hard. That sound straight up like a rock song, man.
Yeah, and Chunky Fire too, man. One of my favorite Outkast songs, Chunky Fire, was has rock and roll elements too. So yeah, I have no problem with it. I was happy to see them get in there. Lamont says, I know I'm going to get killed, but I hate how everyone elevates 3,000, make it seem like big boys Bushwick. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that. We're going to get there. But first off, let me get a reaction, man. Figgy, how do you feel about Outkast being in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
I think it's well deserved, man. I think if we gonna sit here and put rappers in the Hall of Fame or rap groups in the Hall of Fame, I think they should be at the top of the list, man. Because the NWA get in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Yeah, I want to say they were the first, right?
I think so.
They were. I know they got in early on.
Yeah, I think so. Me personally, I think if I had to pick who was the first rap group or whatever get in the Hall of Fame, I would put Outkast over NWA. That's me personally. But I think it's well deserved, man. It's cool to see this type of stuff in real time. It was really cool to see them together, and just seeing them on stage, I'm like, damn, it kind of got a little teary eyed a little bit, to the point I'm like, man, why don't y'all fucking make another album, man? Y'all sitting right there. Why don't y'all get in the fucking studio and make a little EP or something, man? It kind of made me want to hear some 2025 Outkast, kind of see what they come up with, because they were super creative, man. And I don't know if they will be just kind of just old and outdated if they decided to make an album in today's age. But I would like to hear what they come up with, just being in this time now, because all their stuff never really sounded super duper old. But I would love for them to create an album or something like that.
Yeah. I agree. It was good to see them. I had no problems. I looked up all the rappers in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Number one, the first ones inducted were Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five. Next was Run DMC 2009, Beastie Boys 2012, Public Enemy 2013, NWA 2016, Tupac 2017, Jay-Z 2021, Eminem 2022, Missy Elliott 2023, Outkast 2025.
Oh, I forgot about Run DMC. I would probably say they deserve to probably be the hip hop group to go in first if we had because they were I think what the first hip hop group to kind of do a little some rock shit, and the collab with Aerosmith and all that shit. I'll probably say I would put them in first.
I can't knock Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five because they really got hip hop started and popping.
It was the first, it was like the first on the map, kinda like, or make it national like it is.
Did they go in? I mean, they're a rap group. They have to be. I mean, I don't think they say they define what they are when they go in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. You just go in. Lamont asked, did Beastie Boys go in as rap or rock? I don't think they define it like that. They just put you in there and you're in there. But look, Beastie Boys, outside that one song, Sabotage, they're a rap group, man. Like them or hate them, they're rappers. And 90% of their catalog is rap songs. So they're not a rock group.
Yeah.
So I can't say that. But yeah, I can't really disagree with the list. I have thoughts about Missy Elliott being there, but I'll save it for later. But and Jay-Z seems kind of corny too. I'm a Jay-Z stan, but Jay-Z in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is like, all right, man.
Yeah.
But and David said they made B.O.B. during the Aquemini session, so it was earlier than 1997. Yeah, they were very ahead of their time, man. And a lot of their music.
That's crazy.
I went back and listened to some of their albums, like Aquemini and not Southern Playalistic, but the one after that. The one with Bombs Over Baghdad.
Oh, what was that? Was that ATLians?
It was Stankonia. That's right, Stankonia.
Okay,
my mind is mush. It was Stankonia. Okay. And yeah, man, they were very much ahead of their time in a lot of their songs they made. Very experimental with their sounds, and so I have no issue with them being in there. But I do have an issue. I have an issue with one Andre 3000. So, and Lamont says he agrees. He thinks hip hop is the number one genre, which is rock. Hip hop is still trying to kick in the door. We're at the point now hip hop can have their own Hall of Fame. Yes, that's what I said at first. I think it was when Jay-Z went in, and I thought it was corny. I said hip hop should have their own Hall of Fame. It's been around long enough. As long as we don't put like get too political and we put Ice Spice or some shit and just ruin the credibility. As long as we keep it some kind of quality standard and some kind of impact standard, and actually put the real legends in, and not just okay, the label paid us, so we got to put so and so artist in. If you keep some kind of standard like the NFL Hall of Fame type shit where you can't just get in because you had one good season, then it could be a good and highly respected rap Hall of Fame. But I feel like it will get corrupted because somebody will put Dolce in there, and I'll be like, all right, man. But
Chance the Rapper. Let's put Chance the Rapper in here.
Yeah, Chance to go in the fucking rap Hall of Fame. All right, man. Okay, my issue with the Outkast Rock and Roll Hall of Fame was with Andre 3000. Because Andre, I watched the Outkast performance. It was kind of a performance / tribute to Outkast. A lot of people came through. Jid was there. Who else? Doja Cat fucked up the song she was doing. I don't know what happened there. Janelle Monáe was there. Tyler the Creator killed it. He did Bombs Over Baghdad, Andre's verse. But there was one man absent. Big Boy was there. So guess what? Andre 3000 did not perform. Even though he was there, he gave a long speech, a freestyle speech with his induction, but he did not perform.
Damn.
I thought this was some sucker shit, man. And I'm somebody who defended Andre through the Flute album, the not making a solo hip hop album. I defended him because I said, fuck it. If you're not inspired, don't make it just because you feel like you're forced to. You know, I don't want to hear no uninspired Andre 3000 album. Just don't rap if you don't want to rap. I had no problem with it.
Yeah.
I had a problem with this, man. You could have got up there and did one fucking song. All right. This is probably the last time we'll see Outkast perform or could see them perform. You're doing a tribute / celebration to your fans, the people who helped bring you up, who are all there, everybody in attendance. You could have done one song. I didn't understand why he didn't perform. I understand why he wasn't up on stage. He left Big Boy out rapping with Jid. It's like, what the fuck, man? I don't understand this one. I understand why he couldn't just suck it up and do this one thing, man. I'm not asking for it. I've given up thinking about a hit Andre 3000 rap album. I've given up thinking about another tour. It's not going to happen. Outkast is dead. All right. I've accepted that. But you can't get up for one fucking song and do one with your brother, basically. The dude who's been there since the beginning with you. You leave him up with Jid? That shit pissed me off, man. It really did, because look, Andre is full of shit now. I don't care what his excuse was. There's no reason you can't get up there and do one song. All right. Y'all have this classic catalog together. You can't get up there and rap one song. Let this man out to dry. This shit made me sick, man. And I'm somebody like, I gave him a lot of passes. I gave Andre a lot of passes that a lot of people don't. But this one was a bridge too far for me. You get up there and do one song, Andre. It ain't gonna kill you to fucking. You can go on the Flute tour, but you can't. The one thing you're actually good at, you don't want to do.
Yeah,
for at least one song, one verse.
He could have got up there. Crazy. He could have got up there and said, "Me and your daughter."
He could have sang. I'm not saying he had to do "Hey Ya" because I know he hates "Hey Ya," but he could have sang. He could have just been up there and rapped one verse, but we didn't get any of that.
Yeah,
he ghosted his brother in Outkast and Big Boy. He ghosted everybody up there who was rapping his shit for him, and it was bad, man. It was bad.
I wonder why he didn't want to perform.
I don't know. I don't know if we'll ever know. He's probably gonna have some bullshit excuse about how he wasn't feeling it, and his some he's too old to be rapping, and blah blah. All these stupid ass excuses he makes that I'm sick of now, man. I'm sick of it. He could do people say, "Oh, he's shy. He has stage fright." Nah, man, you did a fucking press run and interviews for your flute album. Then you went on tour, and then you admit you're bad at playing flute. By the way, he don't know no notes or nothing. He's freestyling his shit. But you go on tour with something you're bad at, and basically fucking scam your fans into attending because they want to see you.
Yeah.
But they have to pretend to like this flute bullshit you're on right now because they support you so much. And you can't do this one thing for them. You can't do this one thing for your boy. You can't do this one thing for all your Junja family crew that came and everybody who was there and everybody who's watching. You can't do this one thing.
Yeah.
Made me
And-
sick, man.
And the thing is, this is not like, oh, you got to commit to being on tour for the whole year or anything. This is just one time, one moment. Probably be the last time we see y'all two on the stage rapping together.
Yes, that's what killed me, man. This is it. I don't see Big Boy and Andre being in the room again at any time in the near future. This is the one chance we had to see Outkast again, and he didn't do it. He didn't come through.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. That's crazy.
So I'm sick of making excuses for Andre. I don't care what his excuse is because he was there. Part of me feels like Big Boy shouldn't have gone up and they just should have done like it was a tribute and we didn't perform but the fact that Big Boy did it, Andre shouldn't. It looks extra bad that Andre let them out to dry. It makes it look really bad, actually.
I didn't realize Big Boy was actually performing because I just been seeing the Doja Cat shit that was awful. So I thought they did what BET usually do when they give somebody the Lifetime Achievement Award and they sitting in the crowd and all that, and then they had like 3 or 4 people perform their songs. I thought it was something like that. I didn't realize he was actually performing his songs.
Yeah, Big Boy was there at the beginning, and I believe he was there at the end doing a song with that song with Killer Mike, The Whole World. And at the beginning he did a song, I forget what it was, but he did it with Jid, who was rapping, I guess, Andre's part. So yeah, man, it made me sick. I'm through with Andre, man. I've no more excuses for him now. He's just a fucking go against the grain ass nigga who don't want to do shit that people want him to do.
Yeah.
That's basically what he is, man. I think whenever people have an expectation of him, he wants to go the other way. And that's worked for him.
You've seen that in his whole career, to be honest.
Exactly. He's the guy who, when he started the whole weird clothes thing, because first when he came out with Southern Playalistic, he was dressed like a dope boy. Then when ATLians comes around, he's dressed like a fucking monk in Africa or some shit. Then he goes on with the weird clothing. He goes on with the experimental songs. Speaker Box Love Below comes and he has one song he's rapping on. The rest he's singing on in the double album. And it worked for him. But now it's just people want him to rap and now he don't want to do it.
Yeah.
So he wants to play flute instead. And all right, man, you got it. It's your life, but you could have done this one thing you didn't want to do for everybody who supported you and afforded you with this lifestyle that you got right now, man. And I'm not, like you said, we're not asking for an album. We're not asking. Some people say, "Oh, he doesn't know you anything. He doesn't know you anything." Okay, he doesn't. But it's not like there was a whole lot being asked for here, man. And he could have at the very least done it for Big Boy.
Yeah.
He left this man out there looking dumb. So
yeah, at that point, like, nah, we not sitting here saying, "Hey, we want this and want that." No, if your partner in crime or the guy that's in your group got up there and performed, and you was there, that's very head scratching to me, man. I don't understand. I just don't get that part, man. At that point, I felt like Bit Boy probably shouldn't have performed. At that point, that would have made things better. But I don't know, man. I really don't know.
Yeah, I don't. like I'm sure in a few years he'll have a sit down interview again, and he'll be asked about it, and he'll have some excuse about it. But I just don't want to hear it. I don't even care what he has to say. It was a sucker move, man, and that's my take on it. It was a sucker move, and I'm somebody who defended him through a lot, but this one, no defense for it. It was some sucker shit he did. So whatever, Andre, go back to playing your flute, and we done with you in hip hop, man. Fuck it. Thanks for the memories, though. Lamont said if Outkast is in, Bone Thugs definitely should be in. I think they'll get in eventually. I think they will. I can't see why they wouldn't. I mean, you put Missy Elliott in, the bar is getting a little low now. So,
all right. So what's the beef with Missy Elliott, man?
dog, I think she is one of the most overrated. This whole thing, the recent in the last 5-10 years, everybody acting like she's GOAT status as far as females go. And I'm like, do we think about this? Do we think this in real time? I think she's a skilled songwriter. She's made some good songs, but she's also had a lot of bullshit songs. Her actual lyricism is not very good. I don't know. I'm just not a huge fan. I like some of her songs. I think she's a good rapper. I think she could actually sing a bit too, but I think she's been a little overly hyped in the past few years. And I'm just not, I don't see it with her, man. Like, if you're gonna put a woman in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I would think Lil' Kim would go first. Because Lil' Kim really broke those doors down as a female rapper who could actually stand with the guys.
Yeah.
I never thought of Missy as that. You know, ask anybody their favorite Missy Misdemeanor Elliott album. Does anybody even have one? You'll name a couple songs you like, but you ask everybody their favorite Lil' Kim album, they gonna say hardcore. Everybody knows who fucks with hip hop knows hardcore. Who fucks with Miss E So Addictive, whatever the fuck that shit is called, man. Like, let's be real, dog. Let's be real. Her songs were overly goofy at times. I hated that Work It song. They played it so much on the radio and on MTV. I hate that song, dog. And I just don't see it. I don't see it.
I think Missy, and I'm not sure. I'm just kind of speaking from my point of view. I don't know what make them think that she's GOAT status, but I do feel like I guess when you talk to her peers or hear from her peers, it's a lot of stuff that goes on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we was in the studio session and she came up with this, or I remember she wrote that hook, or she, produced a lot of, or wrote and produced a lot of R&B stuff. So I think a lot of that stuff is why probably her peers speak so highly of her and probably think she deserved to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. But the only album I like was her first album. That's the only one I like. I think it was it Super Duper Fly? That was, to me, that was a really good album. The other ones I felt like it went way too mainstream, like poppy, where you had the Work It's and you had that type of stuff. But that first album, I thought it was pretty solid. I thought it was a good album for, especially her, being early on. But yeah, I think she got that GOAT status just off of the you hear this the kind of the street stories. Especially you usually hear this with New York dudes, like, oh, I remember Big L was battling Jay-Z in the dark alleys and all that shit. I think as far as the industry, I think that's what she is, because I even heard Sheek Luch pretty much talking about how she came up with one of his lines in the I want to say in the Benjamin song, All About the Benjamin song. Mm-hmm. He's talking about how he kind of had a little writer's block, and she came up with something that I guess his first couple bars on that song. I think it was that somebody trying to stop those. He said she came up with that. So I think it's a lot of those type of stories with her just being around I think that's why they kind of elevate her to that GOAT status. But I don't know if fans are going around telling those stories. I think fans are just kind of in the moment where they're like, "Oh, Missy, she look good right now. She's the best." And that I feel like they probably just calling her the GOAT from that point.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. I know she's written or wrote for a lot of people. I know she wrote for Aaliyah too. So yeah, I give her a credit for the behind the scenes stuff for sure. I'm just saying her music is not that good. Like honestly, if we're being real, her music, her catalog, how many Missy Elliott songs do you go back to? Like,
Yeah.
honestly, man, how many Missy Elliott songs do you say you got in rotation? Not a whole lot. Lamont says no one deserves to be honored if they had ghostwriters. No way Lil Kim should go in. Okay, like I grew up in the 80s and didn't realize Audio 2 wrote for MC Light. I don't even view it the same anymore. This thing about ghostwriting, man. Okay, this only rap has this kind of barrier where it's a crime to have your songs written for you, because everybody else has songs written for them, and this is not a top 5 who's on your rap Mount Rushmore. This is not the top 5 rappers. It's a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's not really a who's the best MC Hall of Fame. Like, I think if there was a rap Hall of Fame, I would take a while before I got to the ghost written people. But as far as a Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I don't see why a rapper who had their lyrics written for them can't go in. It's about the impact. It's about trends started. It's about what you meant to the genre or music, period. Yeah. So for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, I wouldn't care if even somebody like a Drake eventually got in, because you know what? He had a big impact.
Yeah.
Missy Elliott is more talented than all these females. She's talented, but I think her music is just kind of That's the thing, man. I think she's very talented.
Yeah,
but her music is just not that good.
Yeah, I'm actually fine with the music. I didn't care for those last couple of albums of hers, but I'm totally fine with her what she did with hip hop and all that stuff. I think, hell, just off the strength of that, what's that? That Hot Boy song with Nas and just little impact here and there. I felt like it was needed and appreciated, but I don't know. I think me and you, we kind of got a certain style we like, especially when it comes to female rappers. We kind of like the Lil Kims. I don't know how you feel about Foxy Brown, but I was a huge Foxy Brown fan. Just that type of style. And I think Lil Kim, I think she could probably get down like that if she wanted to, but that wasn't her style. She was a little more, I guess, smoother. She was kind of like the Heavy D for women, if that makes sense. The woman Heavy D, where she was a little bit smooth. She wasn't talking no crazy gangster shit like Lil Kim and Foxy and all that shit. But she was kind of smooth with it a little bit. So I can appreciate that. I don't have an issue with her at all.
Yeah, I agree. And I'm a fan of Foxy too. I like her songs, man. But Missy, I think it's mainly this Twitter thing I've been seeing for the last 5 years or so. Everybody acting like we sleep on Missy and she's a legend and a GOAT. I'm like, okay.
I think that's the issue I have kind of with it, where they like, man, y'all sleeping on her. I'm like, I don't think we would sleep on Missy at all. She sold millions of records, man. She's very recognized. You might have forgot about her or something like that, but nah, I don't think people slept on Missy Elliott. I think
Missy Elliott has 4 Grammys and 22 nominations. I think that's not being. I don't consider that a slept on artist, man. Yeah. People say the same shit about Jamie Foxx too. Jamie Foxx is so slept on. Look, come on, man. The dude has Grammys and Oscars. How the fuck you gonna say this man is slept on?
Jamie Foxx is always in the conversation when it comes with, especially during his time. Whenever you bring up comedians during that time, people always bring up Jamie Foxx. when it comes to serious acting, people bring up Jamie Foxx, and then once he went over the music, people was bringing up Jamie Foxx. He wasn't slept on, man. I think people always use they've been sleeping on her, or she need to get her flowers. That's another one. Well, I think she got plenty of flowers, man. I think the thing is, somebody like Missy, she just kind of go under the radar. Like when she was making music, she was out there, but eventually she stopped making music, and I guess she probably just went under the radar on her own type deal. And then it's like, oh, people never bring up Missy. She ain't doing nothing. She ain't making no music now. So I don't think nobody's sleeping on Missy, or people ain't giving her flowers like that. Maybe you not giving her flowers on the personal level, but
could be, man.
Yeah, but I don't think the world is sitting here like, man, y'all sleeping on Missy Elliott. That she sold millions of records, man.
No, it's just this recency bias of if you're not a fucking Twitter headline every few months, then you're slept on somehow. Lamont said in hip hop outside of Queen Latifah, you said King Latifah. I don't know if that was a joke or not. MC Lyte and Missy Elliott, she wasn't out there just popping pussy and showing ass. I guess we could include Roxanne Shante. Missy Elliott's songs were very sexual. If you listen to her lyrics and her songs, a lot of them had to do with sex. She just wasn't popping ass because she was fat. Yeah. So I mean, nobody want to see that. But no, her songs are all pretty sexual, man. So I can't put her in that clean rap with Queen Latifah.
But see, it was sexual, but it wasn't really vulgar. It wasn't vulgar like Lil' Kim was. Lil' Kim was kind of vulgar a little bit, where she would talk about a sexual. She would just put it out there. At least fucking Missy Elliott was sing around it or some shit, but she wasn't vulgar. She wasn't as vulgar as like a Lil' Kim, but she did have some sexual songs.
David brought up a good point. 1 Minute Man was up there. Remember 1 Minute Man? See, pretty much most of her, I don't want to say damn near all of her singles were sex oriented or sexual. And now she didn't say like, I don't remember the uncut versions, but I don't think she, said the words themselves. She didn't say, the vulgar shit that you would hear in a Lil' Kim song, but it was still all about getting dick. So it really, at the end, it was that type of rap. It was a little cleaner and more mainstream.
Yeah.
David said, Ryan's Missy hate is killing me. I was in Virginia in the 90s, so I can't relate at all. Oh, was she a legend in Virginia? Was Magoo a legend in Virginia too? Just because they came from Virginia, you had to bump their music? Were you a Magoo fan?
Rest in peace to Magoo, by the way.
Yeah, rest in peace, man. Overly hated.
Yeah.
I'll put Magoo in the rock. I'm just playing. I would not put Magoo in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
She is a Virginia legend, though. I would get, because it was, like Virginia was so tight. They were breeding these type of producers that had a unique sound, because you had Timberland, who was with Missy at the time. You had them. You had Pharrell. I forgot who else was in that little Virginia trio or that Virginia circle, but I think she absolutely a legend. She was one of the people that was kind of around during that time. So yeah, I can see that, especially if you were in Virginia during that time.
Yeah. Dad mentioned Clips too. Lamont asked, do we consider Lauryn Hill hip hop or R&B? I think she's both, but I think The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill is an R&B album with some rap in it. It's not a rap album. I don't consider that a rap album. I think it's R&B with hip hop influence in it. But I would consider her both, because she was rapping her ass off on Fuji songs and shit. So I can't say she's not hip hop, but the album she's most famous for is a R&B album. Also another fraud, but that's another topic for another.
All right, you got Missy Elliott. We can't get Lauryn Hill and Missy Elliott.
We have I mean, this is kind of known now. I think Lauryn Hill's stock has dropped a whole lot in recent years, with people coming out and basically saying that her album was all done for her and she didn't contribute a whole lot. Also, the fact that she has not followed that up with anything significant since that album, plus the fact that she comes to shows 2 hours late, plus the fact that her live performances suck after she comes late and she don't want to play the songs the way they were performed or recorded. And there's a lot of things with her apparently she has the shittiest attitude and it's terrible to work with. So yeah, her stock has dropped a lot, man. I don't even think people see her the same anymore, honestly. I mean, you can't take anything away from that Miseducation album. It won so many Grammys, deserved, great album, but she's kind of a fraud, man. I can't.
So you wouldn't be down if she got into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
Off of one album? No,
Yeah,
not that. That's going too far, man. That's going too far. You can't drop one album and be in the fucking Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. All right. No.
I agree with you. I mean, if anything, she probably get in as a Fuji.
Yeah, I'll be okay with even the Fugees. They had 2 out. They had one, I think, didn't they? How many albums did the Fugees have?
They had The Score, and
I think that was it. Unless they had something I ain't hear of. Let me look this up. Dog, they had Blunted on Reality, which I never heard of, in 1994, and they had The Score in 1996. So they had 2 albums.
I didn't even know they had that first one.
Yeah, me neither. I don't think anybody did. I don't think it made any noise. But no, Lauryn Hill can't go in there off of one album. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I agree with it.
You gotta have some kind of body of work, I feel, to be in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, man. And you can't just put anybody in there.
Yeah.
So yeah. It's in Norfolk. David said my grandpa was like Aretha Franklin, can't really even sing. Maybe I got hate in my blood, man. As I'm just saying, I got hate in my blood. I might, man. Who knows? But certain thing I just get sick of seeing. I just sick of seeing that shit. Other things going on this week. We got to talk about Rory from the Rory and Maul podcast. Did you see all the drama unfold, man?
Yeah, I've been seeing it, man.
The ex Joe Budden podcast co-stars who started their own podcast, which I never see any clips of unless it's hating on some shit. Like hating on Kendrick or some stupid ass topic. I think I listened to part of one episode and I couldn't take it.
Yeah, or glazing Drake.
Yeah, a lot of Drake dick sucking on that podcast. A lot of Kendrick hate. A lot of terrible relationship advice when they do try to give some, or just a bad podcast in general, I feel. But it's gotten, I guess the stove is getting kind of hot for Rory because people dug up his old tweets. And I believe this is after, I don't even know how this started. I think they dissed Kendrick, or I don't even know what the topic was, but I think they said something negative about Kendrick. Yeah,
I think it started from because they were saying that they hope Clips, they hope Kendrick don't get any Grammys and hope Clips kind of sweep a little bit and to prevent Kendrick from getting any Grammys, which wasn't even surprising, to be honest. That they said that, or he said that.
Yeah, that's one of those things where it's like, how can you listen to that podcast after they say something like that?
Yeah.
So, like, if you just gonna be the Drake podcast, just call yourself that. But the fact that they try to act like they're not compromised and have fair views, but then you say you hope that Clips, which you know is not gonna happen, hopefully they win one Grammy. But
Yeah.
you know Kendrick gonna sweep that shit, man. You know he's gonna sweep that shit. So I don't understand. Then he already swept it last year, so I don't understand the hate for that. But I guess this all sparked people looking into the past. I know somebody dug up some video of the lady there who denied saying she hates Kendrick's voice. They pulled up a clip saying she hates Kendrick's voice.
Dog, that was hilarious right there. She had this long man. I wish I could find it. I think she ended up deactivating her
She had
account.
to.
But she had this long drawn out tweet talking about some show me where I said I hate Kendrick voice. Y'all be and somebody posted here. It was a clear ass video. She was like, I just hate Kendrick voice. Oh man. That's the craziest is this you right here.
Got in 4K, man. Too easy. Too easy.
Yeah.
So yeah.
And that kind of show you how people, and I hate using this term because we sitting here with a microphone too, just talking shit, but
yeah, true.
They were literally just sitting there, just, you can't give everybody a microphone, man. Everybody just be talking shit, don't even know what they saying. Because at least if somebody called me out for something and I said, I ain't gonna sit there and be like, I never said anything. I might be like, did I say that? I don't know. I say a lot of shit. I might have to think about it a little bit. But for her to be that vocal about show me where when I said I hate him because of his voice, and she said exactly that show you just be up there talking shit and don't know what you talking about or none of that, man. Because the way she was talking in that clip, she should have remembered that she said that. That wasn't just no little drive-by type of thing. She was up there standing up like, I hate his voice. I hate hearing how the way he raps. And you don't remember that? That's crazy.
Yeah, and I gotta be misogynistic here, man. That's very much a woman thing she pulled there. That selective amnesia. I never said this. I never said fuck your mama. I got the text for you said fuck my mama. Okay. they don't remember some certain things they say in a rage. And then the funniest thing is the complete reluctance to say my bad. They always double and triple down on being wrong, man. It's what she does too. It's to say, men do this too, but I feel like it's a natural thing for women to double down. And us, at least usually when we get caught, we're like, all right, my bad. I fucked up. Some, like I said, not everybody, but in general, we do that. But you know, a lot of women, they go circle themselves around and try to argue against the fact that no, you actually heard that wrong. I didn't mean that, even though I said this. So I'm like, okay. But the stove got hot for Rory because a lot of people pulled up his old tweets, which I'm weird to find out that he didn't delete all this shit. I don't know why he hasn't.
I'm shocked he didn't delete all of that stuff.
And he still kept it up. He's still not deleting the shit. So I guess he just don't care. But he's being called out for his anti-black woman in particular tweets. Obviously, he's trying to make some kind of joke in most of them. You know, and I will say, as somebody who was on Twitter in 2011, the site, the app was different back then. Everybody did this kind of shock tweeting. And remember a few years ago when all these celebrities got their old tweets pulled back up, like Kevin Hart had a bunch of shit, and all these other celebrities, Tyler the Creator has a bunch he still hadn't deleted. But I gotta admit, it was a different place, man. It wasn't, there was no quote unquote wokeness or whatever you want to call that. It wasn't a whole lot of I'm offended by what you said type shit. Everybody was just trying to go viral saying some crazy shit. So a little bit different, not excusing it because he's white and he shouldn't have been saying this shit about black people, period. But the app was a little different back in 2011.
Yeah. That's the thing. Because look, I know a lot of people trying to pull the whole double standard thing and defending him. Like, oh, so and so said some of the same stuff, and y'all ain't cancel him or y'all ain't do that to him. I think the thing is just, some double standards just are double standards, man. Ain't nothing you can do about it, man. A black person can sit here and talk about a black woman. They gonna get crushed today. Don't get me wrong, but most of the times you ain't gonna get canceled and you ain't gonna be on on that front page of TMZ. But just being a white guy, that's always going to look a certain type of way, man. Even it probably didn't look, or I ain't gonna say probably, it didn't look a certain type of way in 2011 because that was the thing where you see a whole bunch of random stuff, and most of it's just jokes, to be honest. People just talking shit. But yeah, I think just digging that up and him being a white guy just wasn't in his favor, man. And that's very unfortunate because I'm sure, I don't know him personally, but I'm sure these were all jokes. I don't think he was just sitting there with a KKK hoodie on just trying to be racist. But around that time, it was a whole bunch of jokes like that, man. It was a whole bunch of jokes talking about ghetto chicks from everybody. It was a whole bunch of jokes, just those type of jokes during that time. Twitter was the wild, wild west where you would do that type of stuff, and you get praises for it, man. I think now with it just being a whole different space, it's a political space. You got different groups on here. I think obviously it looked bad, man. It looked real bad. And it is even worse for him because it was a white guy retweeting all of this. So that's going to look bad. I'm kind of interested to see what's going to happen. I think people going to move on eventually. But he is on a podcast, man. It's a podcast. I think they getting paid for it. They got some sponsorships and all that. So I am curious what they gonna do or what's gonna happen as far as that. But I'm a little disappointed that because he talk a lot of shit about people whenever they get into a situation similar to this, or when people kind of had bad PR, where he be like, hey, no, you supposed to lawyer up, get the fuck off of Twitter. He's one of those guys that think he got all the answers. Whenever somebody, Kanye tweeting or something like that, hey, get the fuck off of Twitter. You need to delete that. He's one of those. I'm surprised he didn't take that type of advice, man, because he tried to jump on Spaces and just made everything worse. He tried to lean into the jokes and all this other shit. And it's like, dog, just go on with about your day, man. You making it worse. So I don't know. I don't know if anything bad is gonna happen with him, but it's him being a white guy. Just people digging that up. That would never be a good look, man.
Do you think it's over for the podcast?
No, I don't think so. I don't think it's over for the podcast. I think what they really gonna do is they gonna take advantage of this. They probably gonna try to they're gonna put out an episode, obviously. I don't know if they're gonna try to hide behind a paywall to try to get people to pay for this next episode like Joe Budden used to do. But they're gonna try to they gonna do numbers on their first podcast because everybody want to see what they got to say and all that. But I don't think it's over for the podcast.
Yeah, he's probably gonna have to pull some Don Imus shit. Remember when Don Imus, the Sirius XM radio host, said something about the black HBCU basketball team, called them some nappy-headed hoes. And then he got like Al Sharpton on, and he got like a bunch of black leaders to talk to him.
Look at my African American over here. Look at him.
Yeah, man. So I'm sure he's gonna get like a cavalcade of known black women to come talk him down on the podcast, and they'll have their moment. and then they'll get over it. So yeah, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
David said, remember when Asher Roth said it again as a joke and got bodied? I forgot all about Asher Roth, man. What a terrible time in hip hop that was.
What did he say?
Nappy headed hoes, I guess. I don't know if it was in a song or what, but I guess he made a joke about it and got killed. Yeah, to get canceled back then was crazy. So that's how you know he didn't have it.
Man,
But
I'm looking at this dude right now. Well, I tell you, he look like Trevor Lawrence. Look at this, man.
He does look like Trevor Lawrence, man. He does. I didn't know he grew his fucking hair out like that. I guess that one on the bottom right is how he looks now because he's 40. Damn, he's 40.
Damn.
I guess that makes sense.
Yeah.
But
I wonder if he still love college.
Such a corny ass. But that was a terrible time in hip hop that was, man. All these that's the blogger era that Chance the Rapper came out of. That Mac Miller was good. I didn't like him at first, but he grew on me. But everybody else, Charles Hamilton, just a corny, pretentious time in rap that was, man. I couldn't stand it.
I forgot about Charles Hamilton, man.
Yeah, I only remember him because recently he put all of his music on streaming. And I'm like,
really?
Yeah, but like 90% of his music has samples that there's no way he cleared because it's like shit that's way too famous. So I'm like, how is this shit? And I think it's still up too somehow.
Damn.
But he was sampling Jay Dilla songs. He had no permission to sample. He was sampling like Rihanna songs. He was sampling pop songs that there's no way he got the clearance for. So I don't know what kind of loophole they worked out, but like all his shit got put on streaming and like, I don't know how this shit got cleared, but oh well.
Damn. I was today years old when I found out he is from Cleveland, Ohio.
Who, Charles Hamilton?
Yeah.
I didn't know. I figured he was from New York because he made Brooklyn Girls.
Yeah, so he was born and raised in Cleveland, Ohio, but he went to high school in Harlem.
Okay.
But yeah, on here, I just kind of Googled him real quick. Charles Eddie Lee Hamilton Jr., rapper from Cleveland, Ohio. I'm like, what the fuck? So I had no idea he was from Cleveland, Ohio.
I didn't know either, man. I gotta ask you this: do y'all claim Bow Wow in Ohio?
Well, it's hard to speak for the whole Ohio because Cleveland is totally different from Cincinnati. And I think it's kind of neutral in Columbus, which is I think he's from Columbia. Yeah. Nobody in Cleveland, I guess right now is really claim whenever you bring up rappers from Ohio. I don't think people was just bringing up Bow Wow like that. But I think back in the day, though, when we were younger, people will always say he's from Ohio because at that time you ain't really had nobody outside of Bone that you could kind of represent as somebody from Ohio. And so I think early on it was just like, oh, he from Columbus, he from Ohio, but it didn't feel like he was from Columbus, if that made sense. Like I don't even know what that's supposed to feel like. But he always kind of, I guess, just hanging with Jermaine Dupri. It always felt like Atlanta.
Yeah.
But I think now, I think he leaning more into the old Ohio thing, Prince of Ohio. So I think later on he start really mentioning it a lot more. So, but just being in Cleveland, I don't think because he's not from Cleveland, and that's a totally different city from Columbus. So, us up there, we never really put Bow Wow on the list or anything. I think if anything, a lot of people will try to, I mean, obviously claim Kid Cudi, but I've seen a few people trying to claim the Baby because the Baby is technically was born in Cleveland, but he moved to fucking Charlotte when he was younger. So it's like, man, he don't even fucking claim Cleveland, man. Like, why are y'all trying to put him up there like he's a Cleveland rapper, man? He wasn't on the scene or anything. But yeah, definitely didn't really claim Bow Wow or anything like that.
Okay. I was wondering because I remember in the first song he shouted out Cleveland, or not Cleveland, but Ohio. He said, "What I'm doing ain't ever been done. Ohio is where I'm from." Then he never mentioned it again, man. He started acting like he was from Atlanta at some point.
Yeah,
So
yeah, I think it wasn't until remember he hopped on that remix that I think they lied me that
yeah.
he mentioned Prince of the Old Town, so he said that. So it's just like, all right, he trying to, I guess nobody is claiming Ohio, so he trying to be a part of it. But yeah, I don't know. I don't feel no type of way about it. It ain't like he from Cleveland, so I don't really give a shit.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So yeah, the Rory thing, we'll see what happens. I personally don't really care, man. I never listened to that podcast. I think it's I don't know. It's just yeah, they it was better. It was a better mix with Joe Budden. I know people
Yeah,
don't like him. I know he's polarizing, but the only way I can stand them two is if they're with Joe Budden to bounce shit off of him, because I
yeah,
thought they're just boring by themselves in general. But
yeah. Real quick, I don't know if you knew this. Talk about people born in cities. Did you know Machine Gun Kelly was born in Houston, Texas?
really, I had no idea.
Yeah,
So hey, we're claiming him now. We're taking him back. We're taking him back.
Look,
Now
H-Town
when did he
home,
move to
man.
Cleveland? When did he move to Cleveland?
Uh, I don't know. I think I want to. It said early on. So he was born in 1990 in Houston, Texas, and it says his parents moved all around the world during his childhood. They say he lived in Egypt for his first 4 years of his life.
The
Learned to
fuck?
speak Arabic. He was all over the place, but technically he was born in Houston, Texas. I don't know how long he stayed here though.
Okay, what the dog? His parents were Christian missionaries, and he moved all around the world. He lived in Egypt and learned to speak Arabic before he learned English. What the fuck? He later lived in Kenya and Germany, as well as throughout the United States and Texas, Los Angeles, California, and Chicago. Um, his father moved to Denver to live with his aunt. Blah blah blah. When he lived in Cleveland, he attended Shaker Heights High School.
Yeah, they say he began listening to rap in the 6th grade, where he attended Hamilton Middle School, which is this might be wrong right here, because it's the Hamilton Middle School in Cleveland, or unless it's a Hamilton Middle School in Denver too. But
I doubt it. But then again, that's a former president. It could be.
Yeah. But I thought this was gonna say Hamilton Middle School in Cleveland.
Okay, there is a Hamilton Middle School in Denver.
Okay, maybe this. Okay,
that's wild.
Yeah, but
no, I did not know that, man. But no, I don't think anybody can claim. Really, it has to be Cleveland, because wherever you go to high school, I think is if you move throughout the world when you're a kid and you're stationary from high school on, then yeah, you're from there. So I would say you still Cleveland.
And honestly, I think it's kind of. I think it's more about where you was raised. Like, where did you become you?
Yeah.
I think so I'm not mad at that. It was just funny when I think I tweeted something about MGK, and somebody tweeted me like Houston's own, and I'm like what the fuck is I thought, because to be honest, I thought he was from Denver. I thought he was born in Denver. I had no clue he was moving all over the world like that, but I knew he wasn't born in Cleveland. I thought he was born in like Colorado or some shit, but clearly it said he moved there with his aunt. But I had no idea he was technically born in Houston. That kind of shocked me a little bit.
Honestly, he has more of a claim to Egypt than fucking Houston. You telling me he learned Arabic? That's his native language.
That's
Is
his
Arabic.
first language.
He
Yeah.
learned that before he learned English. So shit, he lived it through for his first 4 years of his life. I would say they claim him more than we do. It seemed like he was just born here and they immediately shipped him his ass out. Said, all right, we out of here. So nah, we can't claim that. He was like a little baby who didn't know nothing in Houston, and he went to Egypt. So they claim him.
I'm sure I probably broke the news to all 76 people in this on this chat right now. I guarantee you a lot of people probably still don't know.
I had no idea, man. Look, it was hard enough having our star basketball player here with painted nails. I don't think we need a MGK with his painted nails too, man. All right, we gotta progress one artist at a time. We can't have too many people here rocking that shit. I'm just fucking around, by the way. Other things that happened this week. I did see this. I didn't see the whole clip. I didn't actually see the clip at all. But so maybe play this. Ebro apparently got called out by Wale from years ago on Lil Uzi because apparently he said he wouldn't be a rock star.
Yeah.
So let me see what hating ass Wale has to say about Lil Uzi Vert, apparently.
All right.
Because I heard some of this, but I didn't actually see the clip. This hat, okay, this fit already. I'm sick. Dog, what? This is just some being different to be different ass shit he got on. Look at that fucking sweater. Look at that hat, man.
Yeah.
But all right, enough of the fashion. Let's go.
I gotta say something, man. And by the way,
then you got into what? Yachty, right? Or Uzi, one of them?
Uzi. Nah, I never
Yachty.
got into
Oh, you said Uzi wasn't gonna be something?
Nah, Uzi didn't want to rhyme over a certain beat.
No.
I'm gonna be a rock star. And I said people
This ain't a
gonna
Mandela
decide.
effect thing. No,
The rock star.
This ain't a
It's the rock
Mandela.
star
Yeah,
thing.
he ain't gonna be like he ain't gonna blow up or something like that.
No,
No, I
you
didn't say
said
that.
rock star.
Oh,
He said he was gonna be a rock star, and I said we're gonna decide that.
he is.
I mean, he still ain't sold out no stadium.
I mean, rock stars don't need to sell out a stadium.
They do.
What about
Then you ain't a star?
No, rock star is a rock star.
Says who?
The culture.
Nah.
Yeah.
No.
Don't he got
I
like
disagree.
Don't he got like 2 diamond singles?
Okay, 2 singles. What them albums?
I'm
What
just
we doing
saying
with
2
these
diamond
albums?
singles, bro. That's
Y'all
a
be
rock-
lowering the
and then-
bar.
then- and no,
Y'all
and
be
then-
lowering
and
the
then-
bar.
And then also is his influence too. That makes you a rock star, and his influence is,
Okay.
is undeniable.
So he's a rock star.
There you go.
So listen, with that measurement, don't mean bad when we lower the bar and people don't give shit its
we're not
proper
talking about
due
what we
because
talking
we
about,
lowering
bro.
bars out
We
here.
ain't talking about the best lyricist. We ain't talking about that. He's in his genre. He's a rock star.
All right, that's all I'm gonna play right
Okay,
there.
I actually don't care about this anymore to even talk about it. Who gives a fuck? Doc, you're acting like there's some kind of high bar of standard to be called a rock star. Anybody can call themselves a rock star. It's not like a fucking application you got to fill out and be accepted or not. Like, it's the perception of whoever is a fan if you're a rock star or not. Who gives a fuck if somebody calls themselves a rock star or not?
I kind of got a theory on this, and I think people, and I see it really with Uzi when they start doing that, because I remember Benny Siegel pretty much saying the same thing, where they just like, oh, he's just a rock star. I felt like this is kind of a cop out to call him weird a little bit, because they really don't nobody give Uzi his due when it comes to rapping. Like, nobody sit there and say, oh yeah, he got bars or he a lyricist. People don't do that. And not to mention Lil Uzi, he kind of makes some weird music a little bit, especially in the hip hop space. And he kind of do whatever he want. He do the painted nails and the dresses and all that shit. But he also was producing the numbers too when it comes to the singles and all that shit. So I think just to kind of not stir up anything or try to say he's weird and all that stuff, I think people just cop out and say, oh, he's a rock star. Because what the fuck do that mean? What the fuck do, oh, he's a rock star mean? Like, is he making rock music? Like, I just, like, I don't understand. Even like I kind of didn't even like what Ebro was saying. Like, oh, did he ain't sell out no stadiums? Like that don't fucking mean you a fucking rock star, man. I think people just using that rock star term to hide the fact that this motherfucker is weird, or he just kind of doing whatever he doing and it's working. I feel like I just don't understand the whole, because Wale didn't even really give an excuse or valid reason why he's a rock star. He would just say, "Oh, he's just a rock star." Like, nigga, how? Like, how is he a rock star? Because you could, I mean, if you find a real rock star, you could say, "Oh yeah, look at this. He got this. He got that going on. He played good." Like, people just going around just say, "Oh, he's a rock star," because I think Charlemagne asked Benny Siegel one time, like, I think he was just asking him about random Philly rappers, trying to piss him off a little bit, and he was just like, "Oh, how you feel about Lil Uzi Vert?" And he was just like, "Man, he's a rock star, man. He could do whatever he want," that type of thing. That's kind of like, remember back in the day how Wayne used to be, where Wayne could just out rap anybody. He could rap on auto tune. He was at that place where he could do whatever he want, and people just automatically say, "Oh well, that Wayne gonna be Wayne." They just kind of cop out and say that. They wouldn't say he's being weird, or they wouldn't disrespect him. They just say, "Oh, Wayne is Wayne." I think people are doing that with Lil Uzi Vert, just saying, "Oh, he's just a rock star." Like, no, man. Like, explain, like, what the fuck do that mean, man? Like, because y'all not saying that with everybody else. Ain't nobody saying Drake is a rock star. Like, ain't nobody saying Kendrick Lamar is a rock star. So I think people just kind of using it as a cop out of, you know, trying to respect him enough to not call him weird and all this other stuff, because I just don't understand the whole rock star thing.
Yeah, look, I blame Shop Boys for all this bullshit. I blame the Shop Boys for all this.
Rock star?
Yes, this started this whole rappers are rock stars type shit. Him and Kanye and Lil Wayne, when he actually tried to do rock music and make a rock album. What about when you think of a rock star? You think of like Guns N' Roses, Axl Rose. You think of Metallica. You think of people who make rock and roll music.
Yeah.
Does Lil Uzi Vert make rock and roll music? Would you call any of his music? Now, there's rock influences in it for sure, but it's all over 808s and shit, man. Like, what about his music is rock and roll? Therefore, how is he a rock star?
Yeah, I don't see it. People try to do the same thing with who was it? Cardi, Playboy Cardi. People tried to do the same thing with him, like, "Oh, he's just a rock star." And it's just like, man, like, what do that shit means, man? I just never understood. I feel like that's a cop out for calling somebody who marched at their own beat of their drum and have a different type of fan base. I just don't look at that as a rock star, man. I feel like that's a cover up.
I would kind of say Playboy Cardi might belong there more, because he does at least perform with a live band doing guitar and shit, like rock and roll remixes to his own song. So he's clearly trying to portray himself as a rock star. Lil Uzi Vert, besides the weird clothes, I don't think he really tries to do that. I think he just does his own thing. And I do agree with you. I think people are trying to separate the weirdos from rap. And this is like a way they do it. They don't want to put Playboy Cardi and Lil Uzi Vert with the rappers. But you can't deny they're some of the hottest rappers right now because they got the numbers to back it up. But they say, no, that's the rock stars over there. That's rock rap. It is right. It really isn't, man. It's the same as other rappers. And Lil Uzi Vert, I think, is slept on. I'm not going to say he's deep lyrically, but he got bars, he got flows, he goes back and forth with Future and Gunna and Young Thug on songs, and he doesn't get washed. So he's definitely a rapper. He's not a rock and roll artist. So therefore, he's not a rock star. I don't see why people are saying that. Is rock what does rock star mean? We gotta define what rock star means before we call people rock stars anymore. Is it just you got a lot of fans? Is it you do weird shit? Is it you make rock and roll music? Like, what is it, man?
See,
We got to define shit.
and see, I look at when I think of rock star, I think of people like Freddie Mercury.
Yeah.
Who do just that rock star, that person, the leader of a rock and roll band that just do wild shit. I'm trying to think who else. Mick Jagger, who just got that swag, who just do whatever the fuck he want and just be on some. I don't want to say no weird shit, but just that stereotype of a rock and roll star.
Yeah, Ozzy Osbourne too, definitely up there.
Yeah, I'm trying to think who else. Yeah, just the leader from the lead singer for the Doors. I'm blanking on his name right now, but yeah, to me, I look at those as like rock stars because they're part of a rock group, and they're
Jim Morrison. That's right.
Yeah, him. But yeah, rock stars. I feel like they are the star of the rock group, and I ain't trying to be that person that's repeating the definition. But they're the star of the rock group that kind of just a little bit wild, man. They dress however they want to dress. They could just do whatever the fuck they want. I don't know. I just think that's a cop out when rappers are saying, "Oh no, he's a rock star." It's just like what? Like I don't know what that mean, man. Like what the fuck do that mean? Because you don't do that. It's a bunch of people, or it was a bunch of people that was selling out a lot of stadiums, going platinum and all this shit. Like I never heard anybody call Kendrick Lamar a rock star. Kanye West. I never heard anybody call Kanye West a rock star. Maybe
calls himself a rock star, but yeah, he actually was one of the people who kind of started this too. He had an interview where he basically said that rappers are the new rock stars now. You know, there's no more rock stars. Rappers are the rock stars now. But I wouldn't consider him. I don't think people call Kanye a rock star in particular.
Yeah, but see, it would be different if people were going around calling everybody rock stars. Now, if everybody was calling Kendrick Lamar, Drake, J. Cole, A$AP, all these guys rock stars, then that's totally different. But they call them rappers. They call them stars. They call them pop stars. They call them stars. But when it comes to Lil Uzi, they call him a rock star. Oh, he's just a rock star. Like, what the fuck do that mean, man? Like, I don't know what that means. Just you're a rock star because he painted his nails and all that shit. Like, what do that mean? Like, don't use that as a cop out.
Yeah, and I didn't see how Ebro could argue that he wasn't one. Like he just said, yeah, the whole argument's really dumb. It was really dumb.
Because it said, oh, he ain't sell out no stadiums. It's a bunch of rock stars that probably haven't sold out a stadium, which it sounds crazy, but that's not the end all be all of a rock star, man. Just that, he ain't sell out a stadium, so he ain't no rock star. And then he was just like trying to dismiss the 2 diamond records he had. He said, oh, those 2 records, but he ain't sell out. I'm like, oh, okay. So you got to sell out a stadium to be a rock star then, huh?
Yeah. And considering the fact that nobody sells out stadiums anymore, really, unless you're Taylor Swift. I don't know what that means. This is a very silly conversation they had. I don't know why Ebro old ass was trying to find what a rock star is. Like, just stick to rap, man. You know, don't try to define this shit and say that Wale was wrong for saying Uzi would be a rock star. I don't know what the fuck that was even about. Very strange conversation they had that they got way too deep into, and I don't really care for it.
Yeah, but I thought that was interesting. The whole when I saw that, I'm like, why does everybody keep calling him a rock star? Like I never understood that. I'm like, what? I never look at him and say, oh, that's a rock star right there.
That's also how they kind of are able to look past his satanic symbolism he uses in his art, by saying, "Oh, that's just rock shit he's doing." Like, well, maybe he's actually into that. I don't know, man. His name is Lucifer, so I don't know, man. But that's another way they kind of excuse that shit, that weird stuff that black people typically don't fuck with, the satanic stuff. They could say that's just rock shit they're doing. So yeah, like you said, basically just that's the class for the weirdos, basically the rock star shit. So yeah. Did you see Stephen A. Smith versus Michelle Beadle and Carrie Champion getting into more beef that popped off this past week?
I did.
So for people who haven't been keeping in touch or keeping up with it, Stephen A. Smith had a solitaire game app come out that he was advertising. You know, of course, people know that he got caught in the NBA Finals playing a game of solitaire on his phone, and it went viral. And people made fun of him for not doing his job, supposedly, and fucking playing games on his phone and shit. And so apparently he decided to spin this into a money-making opportunity, got with some kind of solitaire game company. And their whole rollout was very strange. They had like an AI video of Stephen A. Smith promoting it. And I'm like, this man's on TV damn near 24/7. You couldn't get a commercial shot of the person promoting this shit. But it's like, okay, he had an AI ad, and several other ESPN talent also got in it with him as well. Mina Kimes, Dan Orlovsky, I think a couple other people were in it, making promotional posts and replies under his tweet talking about, I could beat you in solitaire and whatever the fuck. So this kind of blew up. People thought it was super corny that people like Mina Kimes, who should be above this kind of bullshit, was in it too. Then apparently it was dug up that this company has a shady history of scamming people, apparently. So people deleted their tweets. Mina Kimes apologized and said she didn't look into it. It was her fault. Stephen A. Smith had a lawyer, I guess, written statement saying that they're going to look into it or whatever the fuck. And I think ESPN told talents not to promote it anymore, but Stephen A. Smith still can or whatever. I don't know what's going on. I don't really care. It was a fucking solitaire app. Who gives a fuck? But this, for some reason, sparked a harsh critique from Michelle Beadle, who has long hated Stephen A. Smith for reasons a little bit unknown. I don't know why she hates him so much, but she's had a one-sided beef with him for over a decade now, over 10 years, since she was at first with ESPN in her first stint over there on Sports Nation and all that stuff. She's had kind of a deep-seated hatred for Stephen A. Smith. I think a lot of it came from the Ray Rice comments he made as well, that he got in trouble for. He got suspended for that, apparently. And that kind of goes back to all that. But she kind of unleashed on him, talked about how corny he was for shilling this stuff, talking about how he's very phony and all the hard work he supposedly does, but he doesn't know anything, and he's, basically an idiot or whatever. And Carrie Champion also kind of got in the mix because I guess I think she's on CNN now. She's been gone from ESPN for a while. Yeah. But if you remember her, she was a host of First Take before Molly came on. Yeah. She was a host for First Take. And she had some comments as well. She kind of jumped in the dog pile a little bit. She said that she asked Stephen A. Smith why he doesn't come at Michelle Beadle like he comes at 4 other, I guess, black women like Jamel Hill and her and Jasmine Crockett. And like, why does he not keep the same energy? She posted this video on Instagram, I think. And so Stephen A. Smith did a surprise show just for this content, man.
I feel like that's the only reason he keep that show, for shit
basically. Like that. And he couldn't even wait till like Wednesday. He did a surprise Monday show, and I think he said he's gonna start doing Monday shows now just to address people coming at him or whatever. So he addressed it. He kind of ran down Michelle Beadle. He said essentially she's kind of failed wherever she went. He doesn't know why she hates him so much. He hasn't said anything to her in person basically ever. and they had no relationship at any point, so he doesn't know why she had all this smoke for him. And when it came to Carrie Champion, he was obviously hurt by that, because that was somebody he considered a friend, somebody he, according to him, helped get on ESPN in the first place, and tried to help out her career as best as he could, just for her to dogpile him when Michelle Beadle attacked him. So a lot of drama going on in the sports media again. Figgy, what are your thoughts on this? Whose side are you on? Do you support women or do you support the black man? Go.
I like how you phrased that.
It's a trap, man. Answer carefully.
Yeah. Honestly, I was shocked to see Carrie Champion go out there like that, because I thought they were cool. Didn't really know the reason she left. I figured maybe it was some ESPN type stuff, and she ain't want to deal with it. But yeah, I was kind of shocked that she kind of jumped in on it, and it seemed like he was kind of shocked too, or maybe a little bit hurt. But as far as the Michelle Beadle thing, I think, man, she always been saying some slick stuff about Stephen A, like in passing, but for some reason this one caught caught his attention, where he was just like, man, I haven't even. He pretty much said, if you were standing right there, go past me in the bathroom and say, hey, how you doing? He said, I talked to you more than I talked to her. To me, I think I don't know what happened. Maybe it could be a thing where she just felt a certain type of way, because people like that often. If you don't really talk to that person, you already in your brain like, oh, I don't like that person because what so-and-so said and all that. Maybe it could be a thing like that. So yeah, I was kind of shocked to even address that. But as far as Carrie Champion, I'm really curious to know what her thing is. Maybe it's just this thing behind closed doors where they feel like he don't support black women, or he don't keep the same in it, and you kind of fall in line with that. You ever been around somebody that just talk so much shit about somebody, and it kind of make you not like the person, and then you got to snap out of it like, wait a minute, I ain't got no problem with this person. Like, you might have a problem with this person, but me and this person, we just fine. Like, I don't have an issue with him. He ain't do nothing to me. Maybe that was a situation where Carrie Champion, she left, and maybe people was talking a lot of shit about Stephen A, and she kind of, sided with them a little bit. I have no idea, but yeah, it's kind of sad to see, because I thought, like I said, I thought Stephen A and Carrie Champion was good. I thought it was good. I still think she's probably was one of their better hosts. Yeah, I enjoyed her a lot. I thought she was really good at what she did. Yeah, I'm as far as the side, man, I think this kind of come with the territory. I think Stephen A need to watch who he replied to, because he's the $1 million man at this point. And when you up at the top like that, people gonna always talk shit about you, man. Everybody ain't gonna like you. So I think he need to be careful with just jumping on this show and just responding to everybody, giving somebody 20 minutes of his time like that. Because if he replied to everybody, that's beneficial to the other people. So those people that's talking shit, if we start talking shit about him and he replied to us, that's beneficial to us. That's kind of like the moon barking back at the dog. So yeah, I think at this point, I think everybody gonna have something to say about Stephen A. Smith. I think he just need to tune this shit out, unless it's some type of serious allegation where it's like, man, he kept me from getting this job, or if it's something that's clearly a lie to him, then sure, respond to it. But people gonna say shit about Stephen A. all the time, man. I don't know if this is a smart move for him to always sit there and reply to people.
Yeah, I mean, usually I would agree that it's best to ignore. And to be fair, he's ignored Michelle Beadle for years now. Whenever she comes at him, she even ignored it when she went off on him when she realized that her show would be replaced on, I think it was Sirius XM or whatever it was on, that her show would be replaced by Stephen A. Smith's show. She went off on him and he ignored that. But I do think this one is the straw that broke the camel's back, because you have people like Carrie Champion jump in and say, how come you ain't got smoke for the white lady? And that stuff was going viral. So it got to a point where I think he had to defend himself. I'm not going to knock him for responding this time, because it was getting to a point where, okay, you got to say something at some point. So I get it. And as far as, look, I'm not a Stephen A. Smith fan by any means. I do think he's entertaining, but I also think he's a clown in a lot of ways. The way he handled that LeBron shit was embarrassing. and stuff like that is just why I think he's super corny a lot of times. But I really can't stand Michelle Beadle. I'm sorry. I have to take I've not been able to stand Michelle Beadle since Sports Nation. She seemed like she was a cool person. She was going along with jokes. That was actually a good show when she first started on ESPN and was on Sports Nation. Her jokes about LeBron, calling him the Akron Hammer and all that stuff. It was good stuff. But at some point, she turned very hateful. She really turned on LeBron when he went to Miami, and she thought that was like the worst thing ever. And she also, by the way, thinks that LeBron got her fired from ESPN. Which tells you how delusional she is. Now, if LeBron had that kind of power, do you think he might want to use it on a Stephen A. Smith and not a Michelle Beadle who nobody gives a fuck about? People don't even know her name, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she seems very delusional. I think she constantly makes excuses for why her career hasn't panned out the way she wanted it to. And I think a lot of it is rooted in jealousy when she sees Stephen A. Smith, who basically runs ESPN now. He's on everything. And her, who is doing podcasts on Facebook or whatever the fuck she's doing, and can't seem to keep a mainstream gig to save her life. I think she looks at somebody like Stephen A. Smith and says, I'm better than him. Why am I not there? So I do think it's jealousy, because I was listening to the things she was saying about Stephen A. Smith. And look, I'm waiting for somebody to say something actually damaging about him, because it's all stuff that we say about him. Oh, he don't know what he's talking about. Oh, he's always on. Oh, he does too much. He always wants to be a center of attention. Okay. But I've never heard him being a bad employee, a bad coworker. I've never heard anything improper happening behind the scenes with him. I've never heard any allegations like that. I've never heard anybody say he was an asshole behind the scenes or anything like that. From what I understand, he's a pretty nice guy when the cameras are off. So all this stuff, I didn't hear anything that made me think, oh, wow, Stephen A. Smith's a real scumbag. It just seemed like hate coming from Michelle Beadle. And as far as Carrie Champion, I just think it seemed like she was just trying to get some brownie points for defending Jasmine Crockett, basically, because Stephen A. Smith did go hard at Jasmine Crockett over some stupid shit, and he apologized for it. But it was some goofy shit, and I think she was playing into what a lot of black people on Twitter were saying about Stephen A. Smith. I do think it's corny to go at somebody who helped you in your career. If that's true, no, she hasn't responded to that part that I've seen. But from what I understand, he was an advocate to get her on ESPN.
Yeah.
And if that's true, I don't care what he said. You don't shit on him in public. You know, if somebody helped get me on 610, if it was like, let's say Paul Gallant helped me get on 610, then he came out and said some out-of-pocket shit. Like, I'm not going to shit on him because I disagree with something he said in public. You know, if it comes to that, I'll call him or text and be like, hey, what's this about? But I'm not going to put a video on Instagram saying, you ain't shit. Why ain't you saying this and that and this and that? That's corny. So I think she was wrong for that.
Yeah, I agree with that. Honestly, I'm not that type of person. Even if you help me in any type of way, like I would never disrespect you in public like that, where I'm like, oh, you know, try to act like you didn't help me at all. I would never do that. That's just me. But yeah, I was just kind of shocked because I thought, like I said, I thought they were cool. I thought they I figured they probably didn't keep in touch. I'm sure Stephen A probably would have tried to bring her back at some point because he got a little more power now, where he could probably call more shots than he did when it was just him and Skip. But yeah, I was kind of shocked. I just didn't see her taking a stab like that at Stephen A. So I don't know. Maybe she felt some type of way, and this could be a thing too. Have you ever helped somebody get somewhere and then they don't really appreciate the help you did to get them there? They go off on the stuff you didn't do for them. Maybe maybe it could be a thing like that where he did help her, but she probably felt like he ain't do enough to get me paid, or he didn't do enough to get me on this, or maybe she has some type of ill will towards Stephen A on a different type of level, which might not be fair. I'm not sure. I'm just fucking around spitballing, but it's just kind of strange to see somebody, if that was true, kind of take a stab at somebody that helped you get in the door to where you was at. And it was, I ain't gonna lie, I did laugh a little bit when Stephen A said, "You were on the tennis channel." I said, "You were on the tennis channel."
That was cold. That was cold. That was hilarious.
Like, damn, man.
He was on the tennis channel.
And that was dog, and that was years ago, man.
I didn't even know she was on a tennis channel, man. That shit was killing me.
Dude, I didn't even know the tennis channel existed back then. So this was right. I'm trying to think. I don't know. When did Gary Champion start hosting First Take? Because that was a minute ago. And the tennis channel, I didn't even know the tennis channel exists until maybe like 5 or 10 years ago.
I knew it existed, but I didn't know Carrie Champion came from there.
Okay.
But that's very funny.
So she got there I want to say 2014. I think it was around 2014 or a little before that. But she was she worked as an anchor and a reporter for the tennis channel, and she was the host of ESPN's ESPN2 at the time, First Take.
Yeah. I didn't know she was from the tennis channel. That was funny. Yeah. But
actually, the tennis channel was she worked there 2009 and 2012. I definitely didn't know nothing about
there
the
for a minute.
Channel, yeah.
She was locked in that tennis shit, man. Damn. But yeah, that's the thing. That's another thing too. I don't think people look. I don't care if people give Stephen A. Smith credit, but I never see it called out how when Stephen A. Smith got like creative control and could actually make decisions for First Take and basically runs the show now. Stephen A. Smith made that show black as hell, dog. Think about it when it was run by Skip and think about it when it was run by Stephen A. Smith. You see a lot of black faces now, and you have like the one token white guy and Dan Orlovsky, maybe, but it's 90% black people and other races on that show. And I don't ever see him, get any kind of recognition for that. It's always people calling him a coon because of what he said politically. And look, I get it. You don't got to agree with his politics and whatever the fuck he's saying. But from what I see, he seems to be helping out black talent. Yeah. And unless somebody says something otherwise, that's just what I see when I turned on First Take or see a clip and there's nothing but black people there. So to say he don't help out people or don't support people, I don't know if I can go for that, man. I'm not the biggest Stephen A. Smith fan at all, but I see people going a little too hard to just because they don't like him. And if you can just not like him, but you ain't got to call somebody a coon. You ain't got to say, all this out of pocket stuff about how he's an asshole, don't protect black women, all this shit. I see people blaming him for what happened to Molly or Molly leaving. And I don't know what he had to do with that. From what I see, he always supported Molly and he was cool with her. He could have got her off the show because she spent half the time shitting on him. But he seemed to support her no matter what. She chose to quit, and I don't see what he had to do with that. Was he supposed to go to the ESPN boss and say pay her more money? Like, what are you supposed to do to help Molly stay at ESPN? I don't know what he failed to do that he could have done differently. But I don't know the behind the scenes shit, so I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
But it's just in general, I thought the whole thing was silly, of course, but I will never side with Michelle Beadle, man. If Michelle Beadle says the sky's blue, I'm gonna argue different just because I don't like her. I don't like her. I think she's just a hater. And she lost all the sense of humor and fun she used to have when you talked about sports back in Sports Nation days. It just seems very bitter now. So I'm siding with Stephen A here on this one. I don't care. Matt on YouTube. What's going on, Matt? Good to see you, bro. How we feeling tonight? We're feeling pretty good, man. We're doing pretty well. Long week, of course, but beautiful weather outside, so we're all having a good time up in here, man. Glad you could join us. We're about to end probably, but glad to see you regardless, man. Glad you're doing well. Other things. Oh yeah, in gaming news, Grand Theft Auto 6 was pushed back again to November of 2026. I, for one, am not surprised.
Yeah.
I figured as long as it comes out in 2026, I'm good. It better not be delayed till 2027, though, because then I wonder if something's wrong. But I'm not too surprised. Personally, I think games take way too long to come out now. But I'd rather people get the game right than to ship it out and it got all kinds of glitches and shit and it don't work and you can't log in or whatever, because games do that now. What games do is not like back in the day when you got a game and that was it.
That's the final product.
Exactly. It's done. There's no way to update it online back when you had a PS2 or an Xbox. When you had the game, that was it. There was no patch. So if the game had a bad glitch where it fucked you up and you couldn't continue, like, you're just fucked.
Yeah.
But now what people do in gaming is they release a game in a half-finished state and they say, okay, we'll finish it through updates. We'll update it this month. Next month, we got a new update. And by like the 5th month of it being out, the game will be finished, basically.
Yeah.
So I'd rather them take the extra time to iron out the kinks than them to ship out a half-finished game and say, we'll fix it later. So that's just how I feel.
Yeah, and I think they kind of do that with NCAA too, where they just out there, they release it to a certain amount of people before it come out, just to kind of get the reaction of it. And then I think what they do, they probably look at what people are saying about it, like, oh, this ain't right, or all this other stuff, and then they jump back in there and fix it. Which I don't know, I don't really care for it. I guess it's different for a sports game. But as far as GTA, man, I kind of got to the point where I'm gonna just wait for it to come out. I'm not getting super excited whenever I see a fucking trailer and rumors and all this other stuff. I think they pushed it back to November 2026. It was May 2026. But I'm kind of at the point where I'm like, man, I'm not even thinking about this game now. I'm gonna just wait till it actually come out, and then I'm gonna be excited. Maybe when it's up for pre-order, then I'm like, oh shit, it's real now. If it's up for pre-order, but until then, man, I can't think about that game, man. That shit is stressful the way they doing this, and it wouldn't even surprise me if this game ended up being ready for PS6. A PS6 game. So I'm taking my mind off of that game going forward, man. Y'all ain't about to keep pushing these dates back on me.
Yeah, I'm the same way, man. When it gets here, it's here. I'm not gonna be tracking the updates and saying, "Oh, this thing and this thing." Nah, give it to me when it's finished, and I'll decide if it's worth the wait or not. Um, Matt says, "Rocket speaking for the people there. I used to like finding weird glitches, but at this point, get it right. We can wait. Yeah, it used to be fun seeing if you could like clip through a wall and skip part of a level and shit. Because a lot of times you could back in the day." But now the game breaking glitches just is too much sometimes. I know a game I was looking forward to was the Mortal Kombat collection. They re-released a bunch of old Mortal Kombat games, like Mortal Kombat 1, 2, 3, 4, and some other ones too. And they got like online play and shit. I'm like, hell yeah. And it's only $50. I was thinking about getting it. But then I saw the reaction to it, and they're like, nah, this game is all fucked up. The online play don't work. You can't invite your friends to play a game. You just got to play random people. The sound fucks up when you play it. And it was all kinds of issues with it. I'm like, y'all couldn't have waited another month or 2 months to release this shit. Because what they're doing is exactly what I said. They're releasing patches. Every week they got a new patch out. I'm like, why not just fucking wait till it was done? Y'all knew these issues were there. I don't see why y'all fucking just have to update it through months and months, and finally 6 months later we got a finished game.
Damn,
it's getting on my nerves.
Yeah. So is this Mortal Kombat? Did they remaster it at all, or it kind of looks similar to the game?
It's the same one. It's like the arcade games. They just ported it to the modern consoles, and they made it like they kind of, fixed the resolution and all that, but they didn't. It's not like a remaster. They didn't remake the game. They were supposed to at one point. I think they were going to remake the first Mortal Kombat, but that got canceled. So they just got this instead.
Okay.
But I've been playing games a little more lately, man. I played Ninja Gaiden 4, which came out this past month. I actually beat it.
What is it called?
Ninja Gaiden 4. It's like a ninja action game. I was a fan of the series back on the Xbox back in the day. And I finished it because I have Game Pass on Xbox, but they're jacking up the price next month. It used to be $19.99. Now it's $29.99. I'm like, I don't play enough to justify that shit. So I canceled it, and I had to beat this game that just came out, Ninja Gaiden 4, because they released it on the Game Pass. I don't have to pay for it separately. But, when my shit expires, I can't play it no more. So I beat the game. It was okay. I was kind of disappointed by it, but, what can you do? It's whatever. Everything sucks now, man. And on that note, if there's anything else we missed, that might be about it for the podcast, man. Checking Twitter just in case some shit happened, anything. And I can go ahead and call it here. All right, so y'all, hope y'all have a great weekend and great Thanksgiving. Are we doing the podcast next week? Maybe, possibly. We'll see.
Yeah, depending on what. Let's keep an eye on, see if it's some crazy stuff to happen. If not,
wait, the Thanksgiving is the week after. That's right, but we'll see.
It sure is. Yeah,
we'll see. We'll see. We'll call it by you. We might be on holiday break. We'll see.
Yeah, but, we could probably do it. Yeah, we could probably do it next week for sure. But I think the week after that is Thanksgiving. It'd be Black Friday and all that shit.
Yeah. We're doing another Black Friday 610 show.
I think them days are over, man.
Yeah, that's a one-time only thing, apparently. But good times regardless. So, all right, y'all. So y'all have a great week. Hope y'all stay safe, and until next time,
peace.